13 American service members are dead. More than 400 are wounded. Somewhere north of 10,000 people have been killed across the region, including thousands of Iranian civilians. North Korea has had nuclear weapons for years and Washington largely ignores it. Iran did not have them and Washington launched a war. The question no one is asking in the same sentence is, what are these deaths actually buying and for whom? As of the ceasefire on April 8, 2026, 13 American service members had been killed and approximately 381 wounded in Operation Epic Fury, according to U.S. Central Command figures confirmed to Military Times. A 14th death, that of Major Saufley Davius of the New York Army National Guard, was documented by The Intercept but not included in the Pentagon's official tally. The Defense Department's own casualty database showed the wounded count fluctuating without public explanation, with a drop of 15 in a single day that was never accounted for. 6 soldiers died on March 1 in an Iranian drone attack on Camp Arifjan in Kuwait. A 7th died from wounds sustained the same day at Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia. 6 more airmen were killed when a KC-135 refueling aircraft crashed in western Iraq on March 12. Their names have been published. Iran is not a failed state or a nation of people living in caves. It is a country of 88 million people with a functioning civil society, universities, artists, engineers, and an urban middle class that lived under sanctions for decades, and in January 2026, staged the largest domestic protests since 1979. Those protesters were massacred by the IRGC in the weeks before the war began. Many of the people now dying under US and Israeli strikes are not members of the regime that committed those killings. They are the same population that rose against it. By March 7, the Iranian Red Crescent had documented over 6,600 civilian structures struck, including more than 5,500 residential units, 1,041 commercial buildings, 14 medical centers, 65 schools, and 13 Red Crescent facilities. A Tomahawk missile struck a building next to a school, later attributed to outdated targeting data. North Korea has conducted 6 nuclear tests. It has demonstrated intercontinental ballistic missile capability. It operates concentration camps that the United Nations Commission of Inquiry has described as crimes against humanity. Its government starves its own population with documented intent. By any combined measure of nuclear capability and human rights catastrophe, North Korea presents a more severe case than Iran's enrichment program did when Operation Epic Fury began. The United States is not at war with North Korea. Washington maintains a deterrence relationship with Pyongyang, occasionally sharpened by sanctions and diplomatic pressure, but no military campaign has ever been launched. Iran had enriched uranium but no assembled weapon. North Korea has warheads and delivery systems. The US. National Security Presidential Memorandum 2, signed 13 months before hostilities began, named cutting off China's oil as an explicit US strategic objective. The Hormuz closure achieved that objective. Russia, which supplied Iran with upgraded missile technology in the period before the war, armed the force whose posture enabled the closure, and simultaneously benefited from the regional destabilization that followed. Moscow gains when the Middle East burns. Oil prices rise, China is pressured, and US attention and resources are consumed far from Europe. Iran was negotiating when the strikes began. Foreign Minister Arakchi stated publicly that a nuclear deal had nearly been reached in Geneva. Whether that claim is accurate or not, the documented sequence is that Iran was at the table and the United States attacked during the talks. The regime targeted was brutal. That's the story. For the full article, sources, and more news that matters, visit noproblemnews.com. noproblemnews.com, keeping you informed.